like to call this meeting to order. We have a moment of silence, please. I'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we're going to get through the comments and the agenda because we have a commendation presentation tonight after we finish this. Are there any public comments on the listed motions?
Sorry, we should do roll call first.
Oh, I'm sorry, roll call.
Councilperson Boyd?
Here.
Councilperson Popacek?
Here.
Councilperson Canafari?
Here.
Councilperson Freshwater? Councilperson Sarsfield? Council President Demko?
Here.
Mayor Rowley?
Here.
We have a roll.
Now, are there any public comments on the listed motions?
I'm John Minkowski. I'm here on behalf of Sue McMahon. I just wonder, I just glanced at the agenda. Is this ordinance, the food truck ordinance, number 2452 on the agenda tonight?
No, it's not.
No. Okay, you can have.
We'll explain that later. We are going to have a meeting on July 2nd at 6:30 here to pass out the ordinance that our attorney's coming up with. And everybody can take a look at it that night, and we're going to discuss it that night. Give everybody's comments on it.
So
The
there,
businesses, we're having all the businesses come on July 2nd at 6:30.
oh, that's great. So there's no point in me sticking around. We're not going to talk about it.
We're not talking about it at all.
We actually talked about it from 6 until 7 o'clock tonight.
In the back
During-
room.
No, in our
With the
workshop.
business.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was
Was that
part
a
of our,
public meeting?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
that's what, we work on agendas during our workshop, and that's what we did.
Oh, okay. Well, since I missed that, can I give you 30 seconds of some things to consider your solicitor might like to hear?
30 seconds. Go
Yeah,
right.
that's all.
Go.
Yeah, I read the proposed ordinance. I'm John Minkowski. I'm a business owner in town here. I'm a lawyer and I represent Sue. And I read the proposed ordinance.
It's not that, that's not gonna be the ordinance.
Well, then good. Maybe this 30 seconds will help. I guarantee it. If this is not going to be the ordinance, I take it then that what you're going to do is amend your zoning ordinance. Because the use of a food truck is specifically prohibited in your zoning ordinance under the downtown district. It's permitted, as I read the ordinance, in the D3 district, which I think would encompass this parking lot right here, but it certainly would not encompass anywhere on Main Street or the public parking lot where I saw the food trucks were proposed to be permitted.
So we're not going to look at it as a land use ordinance because it's not going to be dealing with a dwelling unit or a structure as defined in the zoning
Well,
ordinance.
actually, your zoning ordinance defines structure as any man-made object having an ascertainable stationary location on or in land or water. So if a boat can be a structure, these trucks can be a structure when they're parked. Okay? If you don't look at it as a land use.
You've gone past 30 seconds. We're
But,
done
you know,
talking about food trucks tonight. Literally, we spent 45 minutes talking about it from 6 to 7, and that's it.
That's an hour, and I missed it. I apologize for missing it. But my suggestion would be that you need to deal with this ordinance as a land use ordinance. It's covered by the municipality's planning code. Your zoning ordinance is specific. It's got a definition of a fast food restaurant that squarely meets what these food trucks do. And that's the way you have to address it, in my opinion. You can't just go and say, well, if it's on private property, we can't deal with it because, you know, after all, Borough Council doesn't deal with anything on private property.
Well, and that's not,
I read
we're going
that.
to address those issues. So it was originally looked at as basically an amendment of the peddling
The
solicitation.
licensing ordinance.
Right. So instead, it'll be a freestanding ordinance specifically addressing food trucks. It'll be an addition to the code of ordinances rather than an amendment of existing ordinances. So, and that's where, my firm has looked at it and determined that it's not a land use issue, that it's an exercise of police power. So doing it as a standalone, that after talking to council and seeing what they're trying to achieve.
I'm glad that your firm looks at it that way, because I have an army of clients who would like to bring in a mobile use and park it on private property in your community and conduct their business out of it. Don't pay any business privilege tax. Don't pay any earned income taxes for their employees. Don't pay anything. They pull in and they pull out. And if you can't regulate it, let me know. Like I
You
said,
can't regulate it, you can't have them on private property, but you do have to pay for a permit. And you do have to get issued to be allowed to do that. So that you can't just do it because you want to do
I
it.
have an army of businesses.
Fine, you know what, we're,
It
okay.
would be more than.
Come back on
happy.
July 2nd at 6:30.
Is it
Okay.
going to be in this room or in
Yes,
the different room?
July 2nd at
Okay.
6:30.
I'll see that, thanks.
Okay? Okay. Administration.
Thanks, Madam President. Good evening, everyone. Motion to approve the minutes from the council meeting on May 14th, 2018.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
B, motion to adopt ordinance 2453, an ordinance of the Borough of Carnegie, County of Allegheny County, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, adopting and accepting Sunrise Drive and Cedar Court right-of-ways and public portions of the sanitary and storm sewers and easements as shown on the Presley Heights recorded plan, all of which are public improvements in the Presley Heights development plan.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Opposed? Motion passes.
C, motion to deputize Jordan Tax Service as a tax collector for the Borough of Carnegie 2018 real estate tax collection season.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
D, motion to adopt resolution number 2018-06, a resolution of the Borough of Carnegie authorizing Council President Susan Demko and Borough Manager Steve Buter as signers for the 2018 Keystone Commonwealth Libraries Grant being submitted by the Andrew Carnegie Free Library and Music Hall.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
E, motion to appoint, myself, Tessram Canterbury as council representative to the Carnegie Borough Shade Tree Commission.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Motion to appoint Michael Sarsfield as an alternate council representative to the Carnegie Borough Shade Tree Commission.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Opposed? Motion passes.
G, motion to appoint Pamela Prophet as a member and resident of the Carnegie Borough Shade Tree Commission with the term to expire on June 30th, 2023.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Opposed? Motion passes.
H, motion to appoint Karen Rock as a member, business owner of the Carnegie Borough Shade Tree Commission with a term to expire on June 30th, 2023.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Bill?
For finance this evening, one motion to approve the June 2018 bill list and bill list addendum.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call, Steve.
Councilperson Canafari?
Yes.
Councilperson Papachek?
Yes.
Councilperson Boyd?
Yes.
Councilperson Freshwater?
Yes.
Council President Demko?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Councilman Freshwater.
I move to approve payment application number 1 to Roto-Rooter Service Company in the amount of $72,734.61 for sewer system repair work completed between April 12th and May 24th, 2018 for the 2018 Sewer Facilities Improvement Project, contract number 2018-02A, excavated contract.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Steve, roll call.
Councilperson Freshwater? Councilperson Boyd?
Yes.
Councilperson Papachek?
Yes.
Councilperson Canafari?
Yes.
Motion passes.
I move to approve payment application number 2 to Insight Pipe Contracting LLC in the amount of $87,539.40 for sewer system repair work completed between May 1st and May 23rd, 2018 for the 2018 Sewer Facilities Improvement Project, contract number 2018-02B, lining contract.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call, Steve.
Councilperson Papachek?
Yes.
Councilperson Canafari?
Yes.
Councilperson Boyd?
Yes.
Councilperson Freshwater?
Yes.
Council President Demko?
Yes.
Motion
You
passes.
didn't get me on the last motion.
I did not.
Yes.
I move to approve payment application number 1 and number 2, final, to Independent Enterprises Incorporated in the amount of $100,007, $357.76 for sewer system repair work completed between April 23rd and May 30th, 2018 for the 2018 Greenbrier Drive Storm Sewer Project, contract number 2018-05.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Steve?
Councilperson Boyd?
Yes.
Councilperson Freshwater? Councilperson Papachek?
Yes.
Councilperson Canafari?
Yes.
Council President Demko?
Yes.
Motion passes.
I move to approve change order number 1, final, for contract number Greenbrier Drive Sewer Project in the amount of $8,607.76. Change order includes spot repair on existing sanitary sewer found near catch basin number 1, new 4-inch lateral connection for 150 Greenbrier Drive, new 6-inch lateral connection for 21 Hustler Place, connection of existing 8-inch VZP to new 18-inch HDPE at catch basin number 1, and credit for non-performing cement contract driveway. The demo only performed.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Steve?
Councilperson Freshwater?
Yes.
Councilperson Boyd?
Yes.
Councilperson Papachek?
Yes.
Councilperson Canafari?
Yes.
Council President Demko?
Yes.
Motion passes.
And just to add a little color to that last one, the credit for non-performing cement concrete driveway demo only performed. What that means is we demolished the driveway and the homeowner is going to replace the driveway themselves, so we get credited back that money.
Oh, it wasn't just a demonstration then?
It wasn't just a demonstration.
We have for public safety, code enforcement, and community development.
Thank you, Madam President. I have one motion tonight. Motion 5A, motion to approve the application of Rome Corner Properties LLC for the lot consolidation of lot and blocks 103-P-321 and 103-P-322 as recommended by the Planning Commission on May 29, 2018.
Second.
With a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Okay, committee reports, administration,
Nothing tonight, Madam President.
finance,
Nothing this evening, Madam President.
code enforcement,
Nothing this evening, Madam President.
public works.
Also nothing this evening.
Okay, president's report, I also have nothing to report. We've been working hard, believe it or not. Because we don't have a report tonight, doesn't mean we don't get working
I have nothing this evening.
Any volunteer fire department? That's Mike.
That's Mike.
Does anybody have it?
I have a suggestion, President. Can we do public comment first?
Yeah, we
And
will.
then we'll do mayor's report last.
Yes.
It's already cooked in the books.
Okay.
Okay, any general public comment? Come on, somebody. Let's go, Maggie.
Come on, I didn't even say
If
anything
somebody doesn't
last
say
week.
something soon,
Yes.
we're gonna hit a world record.
No.
Seriously.
I just wanted to say you have one more chance
Yes.
to, we have our final mosaic mural workshop. They have been spectacular. This is our 14th workshop. Those of you who have worked on it know it's amazing. It's this Thursday from 6 to 8. We are going to finish, especially if you all come help. But the turnout, we've had people from West Virginia, we've had people from the Keysport, we've had people from Forget-Me-Not. We've had truly hundreds of people, but many of whom have come to as many as 10 workshops to build this mosaic mural. And it should all come together. However, we'll finish, we don't, but
Where do you meet?
in the studio, downstairs in the studio, from 6 to 8. It's something to bring grandkids with too. You need to help them. But it's an extraordinary celebration of the community of Carnegie. And Gina Popchek is the best mosaic maker out there. She just, yes. She is fast, she is fast.
I'll definitely be there this Thursday.
All right, great, thank you.
And so what, am I the caveman,
Yeah,
guy, whatever?
yeah, well, you were a token maker, right? You
I was
did-
a token maker.
Yeah, you were a
Correct.
token effort, no. The tokens are great, that was two first times, but it's 29 panels, it's really extraordinary.
Anyone else?
No one has it. This is amazing.
Nothing else, huh?
6 to 8.
Because we don't have our
We
presentation.
asked our guests to come at 7:45.
Oh, these were on record time.
Oh, you want me to talk to
We can take a little break. What time is it?
It's only 25 after 7.
Well, we can do council good and welfare
Okay.
and polish.
Finish it off.
That'll work. That's your name, Board of Welfare?
I do, I met with Southwest Credit Union, and they agreed to do the workshop since they are in the borough community. I originally asked for Dollar Bank, but they're in Green Tree, and so I bank at Southwest, and so they're willing to give out some freebies and do a workshop on the financial end. It is good for them the second week in July, and I have to meet with Steve to see if this room is available, so. Thank you.
Gina? Anything for Board of Welfare?
Okay, first off, I want to say the first farm market, although small, is a big success, I think.
I did
It's
too. I was
great
gonna
to see
comment
people
on
there. The workshop, last workshop, don't forget to get there. Those are great workshops at the library.
Yeah, I proved you don't have to be an artist to participate.
Yeah, it's just something that we're gonna all be able to look up at the library and see and say, I worked on that, or I made that dome, or I did this or that. To me, I think that's really a thing for our community to get behind. I want to reiterate what President Demko said regarding July 2nd. We would like to put this food truck ordinance into writing and get it voted on, and we really need the businesses to come out and talk to us so we can work, because we want to work with them. We're not working against you. We want to make what's ever best for our brick and
You're not
mortar.
going to be voting on the second.
No, we will not be
So
voting
we'll
on the
see
second.
the ordinance then.
Yes.
Let me set the expectations for how the dominoes fall, or how, or as they say in some circles, how the sausage gets made. We're going to have the public meeting where we'll talk about the proposed ordinance that Nate's going to draw up for us. If it's on the fastest track possible, I can't imagine council will agree on everything that night. So it'll take another week when we have the regular meeting where we'll agree, there'll be final language. That language then needs to be advertised. After it's advertised, we can then vote at the next opportunity. We could call a meeting at our workshop at the beginning of August. So that would be as soon as a new food truck ordinance could possibly take place. And anything could happen along the way where, you know, the 6 council folks you can't come up with 4 of us to agree on one of the languages, and we have to go to another month. Anything could possibly make this take longer. But in form of public apology, Dave, you could have had one. I'm sorry you weren't aware.
That's all right.
But the current ordinance is still in place. It's still in effect until we make a change.
All jokes aside, no worries.
I saw for good welfare. I'll tell you a story. Let me tell you a story.
Can I just throw 2 more things out?
Sure.
I forgot. Jump Cop, you know, the theater that's coming to Carnegie, they are showing their last movie at the Music Hall. It is this Sunday, Father's Day, which is possibly a challenging, but it's like the perfect Father's Day movie of the old guard. It's the Rat Pack, Ocean's 11 with Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin. It's breakfast in the movie. That's happening on Sunday. I guess the movie's at 11, so you can still do all your family things, and the breakfast is at 10. And one more thing coming up, I don't know what's the matter with me that I didn't say it. There is in our Listen Locally downstairs on the eve of the first day of summer, June 20th, Brazilian vocalist, Kenya, is coming, and it should be fabulous, a perfect thing to kick off summer. That's 6:30 downstairs in the studio. So there.
I saw a little blip about Kenya in the paper earlier today.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, good.
yeah. It was positive.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you say 6:30, Matt?
6:30, yes. I'm not sure I have all of you on my email blast, but I'll make sure I do. Yes.
We have a news flash. Mike is fine. He's on his way home from vacation. He just got to Somerset. So we don't have to worry about Mike anymore.
Have we introduced our new attorney and I'm the only one who doesn't know him?
Could very well be.
Didn't we meet the last?
I saw you at a workshop meeting, but I
Okay.
wasn't, so I just didn't know. So I'm being social while I'm killing time. Who
I'm
is
Nate
that?
Boring. Nate Boring from the same firm. He's to Sarah Nichols.
Hi, Dave, welcome.
Thank you.
We're happy to have it.
So now I have a story. This is a good story. This is a fun story. So I live on Rosslyn Heights over that way. And the last house on the street that I live on, every Friday and Saturday night, they have a little gathering, some neighbors, they drink beer, have a little fire, etc. And a few months ago, somebody gave them a projector and they started playing with the projector. So now Friday and Saturday night has become movie night. And they discovered they no longer have to set up a movie screen. They now use the side of the neighbor's house to project a movie on, because evidently this projector that was given to them is quite a good apparatus, and it's like being at a drive-in theater. It's the whole, and there's no windows on that part of the house. It's not bothering the neighbor. This isn't a story about that. In fact, the neighbors come over, drink beer, and what have you. So this past Friday night, the fellow that lives there had his son and 12 other members of the Little League team with him. And so the kids are bouncing around, half watching the movie, roasting marshmallows, roasting weenies, doing this, doing that. And along comes one of our men in blue, Carnegie policeman, who pulls over, stops, sees what's going on, walks up into the yard, introduces himself, hangs out with the kids for a little while, gives all the kids a little bracelet that's like a day glow thing, and then just goes about his business and goes away. If that isn't a feel-good story about a Carnegie police officer on duty taking a little time to go mix it up with the kids in the community and give them something positive to think about a police officer, I don't know what it is. Please thank Sergeant Seaman.
What was the movie?
What's that?
What was the movie?
What did they watch? Well, it was Little League kids, so it was
Bad News Bears.
That wasn't Bad News Bears, it was Rookies. Rookies, I believe is what it was called.
Well, let me ask you this, since I live on the hill too, is anybody on the hill invited to these?
Private property, you can't speak to that.
I can bring a movie truck down there.
There you go.
I do have one thing after all. I know we're going to be meeting on the 2nd, but in case anybody forgot, 2 days later is the 4th of July. So please fly the flag proudly in honor of all our veterans.
And remember, the 3rd of July is when we celebrate,
I was
the
just gonna say
fireworks
that.
at Carnegie Park.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Well, most important thing.
I just want to remind everybody that we do our 4th of July on July 3rd. That's when our fireworks are. The concession stand will be open from 1 o'clock on. We are going to have things for the kids, hopefully a big bouncy house this year. There's going to be skateboard tournaments that start at 6 o'clock. There's going to be bands up in the skate park also, most of the evening so far. And we'd like to ask Mr. Freshwater again to DJ.
Sure.
For a couple hours, if you would. So it's going to be a fun time, but I mean, I'll tell everybody again next month,
That's the 4th of July Eve.
3rd of July.
Sorry, that's no, 4th of July Eve.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Come on.
Yes, 3rd of July. And to piggyback on what Regina said, is the farmer's market, I thought it turned out really well for how small, tables and stuff that we had there. But I thought it was really nice, and I spent a ton of money. I got a bottle of this lemon wine. Did anybody else get it? Did you get the lemon? Oh my gosh, it's delicious. But anyhow, I did spend, I tried to get something from everything, but it was really nice. And I think as it grows, it's going to just get better and better. So.
And to add to that, the farmer's market was small. So when you start at ground zero, you can only go up. We did have 2 vendors that had an incident come up that prohibited them from being there the first week. But we do have 6 solid vendors that have signed up for the entire year. So those are basically what I look at as our anchor vendors. So we're definitely always looking for other vendors. You can pay by the week or you can pay for the whole season. I will have to tell you, there was a lot of people out and about in Carnegie on Sunday. So I think, not only will that get bigger and better, but it's driving traffic into Carnegie on Sundays. So I know that if there are any places of business that are open on Sunday, I would more than welcome a sandwich board or some type of something at the farmer's market stating your hours that day, so that once they go through the market, we can drive them into the brick and mortar businesses that we have in our business district.
Okay. Mayor's report.
Thank you, Madam President. For the month of May, the activity of the department was criminal arrests and citations 36, traffic stops 91, traffic citations 116, parking tickets 308, and complaints and self-initiated activity 874.
What did you do then?
I totaled my car.
In place of tonight's typical mayor's report, we are having a first responder commendation presentation. A lot of those first responders of the night of the fire at Papa J's need to be recognized. All of you, all of the departments, and a few individuals that went above and beyond, although I know that if any other of you had the opportunity or were put in that situation, I know that you would do the same. So we have, the way this is going to work is we have a couple different letters of commendation that I will read. Then I would like you to come up for a photo, and we'll go on like that. Before we get started with that, I'd also like to ask Chief Kennedy if you have some remarks that you would like to make.
Yeah, I would. I was there that night. I got called out. And actually, one of my sergeants called me and said that Papa Jay's was on fire, but they thought the fire was under control. So I came down around 10:30, and I was coming across the crooked bridge, like above Ducky's, and as I was coming across there, I could see Carnegie was just filled with smoke. And I knew it was going to be bad. And couldn't believe how well you guys worked together. I mean, 4 or 5 different departments, fire trucks, your ladders know where to go. You guys know what to do. I mean, police departments, we work together on a daily basis, but you guys are volunteers. You do this for nothing, no money, but yet you guys work together so well. And you saved that building, you saved lives, and you just got an outstanding job. And as far as my guys, when I got down there, I was impressed seeing you guys helping the fire department, helping move hoses, moving cars, going door to door, getting people out of the buildings. You guys just worked really well that night. And it's sad that we had a loss of life, but I'm telling you, there would have been a lot more loss of life if it wasn't for you guys out there. And, you know, also, the mayor was out that night, Steve was out. We can't forget that it was 10 below zero. And I watched ice dripping off your helmets, and you guys never backed down from the fire. You guys kept doing your job, and I was very impressed with that. So great job to you guys.
Through this presentation, and then I would like to invite all of you to stay because we have a cake bought by the Borough. It's a pretty nice cake that has actually 2 images of that night on the cake. We also had coffee that was donated by Carnegie Coffee Company. So we want to recognize all of you, and then please stay and mingle and have a chance to talk with these amazing men and women. First, Officer Corey Peterson with the Carnegie Police Department. I don't know if many of you know this, but he is not only the youngest in age, but also in seniority. And, well, I'll read the letter. Dear Officer Peterson, on March 2nd, you responded to the scene of a structure fire at 423 Broadway Street. You were the first officer on scene and quickly assessed the situation and determined that there were multiple residents inside the burning building that had to be evacuated. Disregarding your own safety, you rushed into the burning inferno filled with smoke and evacuated residents from the 2nd floor. Unfortunately, there was 1 resident on the 3rd floor that perished. However, your quick, decisive, and courageous actions saved many lives. Your actions are in keeping with the highest traditions of the Carnegie Police Department and are to be commended. Sincerely, Chief Kennedy and Mayor Reckley.
It's okay to smile, Officer Peterson.
Hey, could I say one thing about Corey?
Absolutely.
Hey, Corey. About a year and a half ago, we hired Corey, and he was a young kid. He had military. He was just 26 years old. And I'll tell you what, he's been really impressive for this police department. And that night, I mean, he didn't hesitate. I think all my guys would have done that, and girls would have done the same thing. But you know, he's 26 years old, fresh out of the academy, and he rushed right in there, and he did a great job. So I'm really proud of the kid.
Next, I'd like to address Lieutenant David Murray. Dear Lieutenant Murray, On March 2nd, 2018, you responded to a scene of a structure fire at 423 Broadway Street in the Borough of Carnegie. During the course of fighting the structure fire, you observed a victim in a window with no avenue of escape from the burning building, smoke-filled building. Disregarding your own safety, you guided the bucket truck to that window and pulled that victim to safety. A scene only seen in the movies. You did in real life. Your quick, decisive, and courageous actions, without a doubt, saved that individual's life. Your actions are in keeping with the highest traditions of the Carnegie Fire Department, and you are to be commended. This was signed sincerely, President of Council Sue Demko and Mayor Stacy Ryan.
You're allowed to smile too.
Thank you very much.
Chief Todd Scott. Dear Chief Scott, on March 2nd, 2018, Carnegie Fire Department responded to the structure fire at 423 Broadway Street in the Borough of Carnegie. On arrival, yourself along with your fire department set up a command post and took control of this volatile situation. Disregarding their own safety, your firemen fought this fire from ground and air in sub-zero temperatures. Unfortunately, one individual perished. However, the quick and decisive, courageous actions of your firemen prevented further loss of life and prevented neighboring buildings from burning. Your actions, keeping with the highest traditions of the Carnegie Fire Department, are to be commended. Sincerely, Mayor Riley and President of Council Sue Demko. And I would like to add that I was down there from about 11 to 4 a.m. And this, you know, when I think of the fire chief, I mean, Todd, you were right in there. You were up there, you were fighting, you were commanding. I know that all of the departments worked together, but I was proud to have you as Carnegie Fire Chief that evening. Thank you.
Somebody just said free beer. Go ahead, smile.
Nobody smiles.
We have multiple other departments here this evening that responded. Crafton, Bridgeville, Rennerdale, Presto, Glendale, Mount Lebanon. I am going to read your letter of commendation as one whole to all of the departments. I am going to butcher some of the names I know, so I absolutely apologize. Dear Chief Crown, Chief Chileo, Chief Brown, Chief Wathier, Chief Salerno, and Chief Sahida. On March 2nd, 2018, your fire departments responded to the structure fire at 423 Broad Street in the Borough of Carnegie. On the arrival, your fire department quickly assessed the situation and rendered aid to the Carnegie Volunteer Fire Department. Disregarding the safety, your firemen fought this fire from the ground and air in sub-zero temperatures. Unfortunately, one individual perished. However, the quick and decisive, courageous actions of your firemen prevented further loss of life and prevented neighboring buildings from burning. Your actions are to be commended on behalf of Mayor of Carnegie and Carnegie Borough Council. Thank you. And I just have to add in there, firemen and women, so. So if, do we have all of the chiefs here? Yeah, no? Okay, so maybe we could have the chiefs come up for a picture, and then I don't even know if this is possible, but I want the whole gang after that, so.
If they can fight a fire, they can take a picture.
I'd like all of you guys to come up here. We're going to do this. You can all kind of try to take that.
Like a movie.
It's a motley crew.
Someone's gonna. We're still in the way. We're still in the way. allowed to smile. I am. We're gonna. Okay. Wait, stay there, don't move.
Hold on.
Chief Jaleel on three. Stand up. Two. You guys can stay.
Sue, stand up.
Okay, the rest of council, can you come up? Just squeeze it in,
We need to know.
They'll get me. Now you have to help me out. It's official.